We needed to win this game, which was too close to call. Alex was leading the offense down the field, but they just couldn't punch it into the end zone. Luca elbowed me, then nodded his head toward the sideline. "Is Jackson limping down there?" I studied my husband's gait as he stomped along the edge of the field. "Yeah, it looks like it. Damn it. If he was limping, he was hurting." Since his ACL reconstruction surgery a year ago, Jackson had been determined to play this season. 9 months of grueling physical therapy got my husband back on the field in September. I'd been worried to death ever since. He was making an older man out of me than I already was at 48. Even though I no longer worked for the Pirates, Greer was good enough to allow me to keep my medical credentials for the team. He asked me to stay on as a consultant to the medical staff. Basically, what it boiled down to was he allowed me to take care of Jackson. I turned to Luca. "I'm going to go down and check his knee since it's almost halftime." "Probably a good idea," he observed. I glanced at my son, who'd grown so much in the last year. "Do you want to go with me to check on your dad, or do you want to stay here with Luca?" Parker smiled, but shook his head. "I'll stay here. Too far to walk." Smiling, I nodded back. "Yeah, okay. I'll be back when halftime is over." Working my way to the end of the aisle, I looked at Tobias. "I'll be back. Checking on Jackson's limp. Park is staying here with you guys." He nodded and sipped more coffee as I studied how far I had to go to get out of the stands. "We'll keep an eye on him," he replied, patting me on the shoulder. The game was a division rivalry, and we'd played Denver at home last year. Normally I didn't go to away games anymore unless Parker and I could fly with the team. When Luca came to Atlanta for Allison's service, Jackson was determined he wouldn't lose touch with him again. So when Denver was on the schedule for the last game before Christmas, we decided to spend it here. There were so many things I wanted to show my husband and son since I was from Colorado. Weaving my way through the crowd to the special staff entrance, I couldn't help but reflect on the last year. I never knew I could have this life, and I was grateful every day for it. When I reached the door for access to the tunnel, I held up my medical credentials for the Pirates to the guard. "Hey, I'm Dr. Simon Kincaid. Need to get to the visitors' locker room before halftime." The older man studied my family game pass and then the medical pass. "You do all this, Doc?" I nodded, then put my hand on his shoulder. "Yep. I have a knee to check on to make sure the fool hasn't injured it again." He chuckled. "Yeah, they think they're invincible. The visitors' locker room is down there on the left. Good luck." "Thank you," I shouted over the crowd with a smile and a wave as I walked toward the tunnel.